Hey guys, oh, I'm in some pain. I know you guys haven't seen me in a couple of days. For one, I'm a little under the weather right now. But I wanted to make this video because I wanted to tell you guys what happened, the story of how I found out, and where my mindset is right now. A little under the weather because I guess afterwards your immune system goes into shock. So sometimes some people get sick. I was one of the people who came down with a cold. I have a cold right now or something. I'm a little congested. But so what happened was I was on my way to work, the airport, on Monday, which was the 7th. I had a 3-day trip. They had called me at 2 a.m. I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was cramping a lot. Like, it was more than usual. But I was like, maybe I'm just moving around too much. I need to slow down. Let me take my time. So I just started to try to slow down and get my thoughts together and breathe and pray and ask God to just calm the cramps down or whatever was going on. Maybe it was too early in the morning or whatever. I don't know. Just help me calm down. And so I got to work at 6 a.m. and I was telling myself, because there's typically never a supervisor available. We just go in the crew room. We sign our name about what position we're going to be on the plane. And then we just go get on the plane and go. But I was telling myself, if there's a supervisor in the crew room, I'm going to let her know what's up and tell her I may not be able to fly because I'm in a lot of pain. And I already knew if I had called into work that I was going to get points and possibly be fired because I'm already to the max amount of points that I can possibly have for the year. At 6 o'clock when I got into the crew room, I was in a lot of pain. My back was hurting a lot. My stomach was hurting. I could barely walk. I was in tears. I was crying and everyone was like, "Are you okay?" I was just like, "Yeah, I just need some medicine. I just need to sit down or whatever." So when I saw that my supervisor was in the crew room, I went to her and she closed the door. She could see I was crying. I was hysterical. And I was just like, I feel like I'm about to have a miscarriage, or I'm having a miscarriage right now. I'm bleeding. I'm in too much pain to walk. I need to go to the hospital. I need to go. I can't work this trip. And she's like, "Okay, let me call crew scheduling. You know, calm down. We need to take care of you. Don't worry about whatever. We need to take care of you." So she made that phone call. She sent an email. And then she was like, "Do you want me to take you to the hospital?" And I was like, "No, I can drive. I just got to get to my car." And she was like, "You can't go to the employee parking lot. My car's up here. Let me take you." So she was going to take me to the hospital, but at the time I kept crying. At this point I was in so much pain I couldn't do anything. She was like, "You know what? I'm going to call the paramedics here." So she called the paramedics to come get me. And I was figuring the paramedics were just going to like check me out and tell me, you know, "You're good to go," or "You're fine. Let's give you some medication." The paramedics saw me and they said, "Hey, we can take her to the hospital." So they get out this gurney, a stretcher. And I'm like, do I really have to get on the stretcher? Like, there's no other way. I'm already embarrassed in front of my coworkers. Everyone's looking at me like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're just going to take you to the hospital or whatever." And I'm just thinking about the medical bills. I'm like, I can't afford these bills. I can't afford it. I can't afford an ambulance bill. I was thinking that in my mind. So they just picked me up and I was in so much pain to the point where I just stopped caring. And they took me to the hospital. They started an IV inside the truck, in the paramedics truck or whatever. Took me to the hospital. When I got there, I was still in so much pain. They gave me a dosage of morphine. Then they went to go do an ultrasound. And this is where everything just went south. You know, I was still in pain when I went to go get the ultrasound, and they were checking the images and stuff. And I'm like, "Do you see the baby? Do you see him? You know, is it okay? Is there anything I can do?" And they were just quiet, like, "We can't really tell you anything. Just be patient." And I was like, "Well, do I get to hear the heartbeat again?" And they're like, "Yeah, if there's one, we'll hear it." And they just kept searching, and it was like 15 minutes had passed, and I knew, you know, there's nothing. There's no heartbeat. I'm crying. Crying. And the assistant, which was a black lady, she came in there, the sonogram assistant, and she's like, you know, it's gonna be okay. You know, you're gonna be okay. So there was like a pad underneath where I was laying, and they're like, okay, you know, go to the bathroom and clean yourself up. She's like, don't look back, you know, just go straight to the bathroom. And when she said don't look back, I just knew that there must have been such a great amount of blood that, you know, I would automatically know that I was having a miscarriage. I was still trying to convince myself that I was just bleeding for no reason or whatever. So I get to the bathroom and I'm in so much pain that I'm leaned over the what's those bars called in the bathroom? Handicap bar. I was leaned over on it, just trying to like wipe myself with the towel and just breathe and calm down. And I was just so much pain. There was just so much pain. And this may be TMI, so if I'm about to say something that's going to trigger you, or if you're younger and this is gross to you, please cut it off, because I'm just trying to give you guys the story of what's going on. And I'm trying to be as detailed as possible and as transparent as possible. As you guys know, y'all know me for my transparency, so I'm going to be transparent here. If there's something that you feel like you're uncomfortable with hearing, cut it off now, because I'm about to say something gross. So anyways, so I'm just trying to like clean up and stuff, and then all of a sudden there's like a big plop, like a plop come out. That's the best way for me to describe it. And I look at the towel, and there it is my baby, a placenta, a small umbilical cord, and another plop next to it. I don't know, just two plops, whatever. And most people's placenta or their baby is covered in blood. Mine was not. It came out clear, like you could clearly see the placenta, clearly see the baby in there. And this other plop, I don't know if that was the empty sac or if that was just whatever, I don't know. And I looked at it and I didn't think it was the baby, so I plopped it in the toilet. Like I took it, threw it in the toilet on top of the towel, like shook it off the towel into the toilet. And then I looked at it again, and there it was. You know, there was the 11 weeks of life gone. And I was screaming. And the black lady came back in and she's like, you're young. You can try again. You can still be a mom. This happens to so many women. And etc. Whatever. At that point, it went blank in my mind, and I just was like, what? Like, I had never been in an ambulance before. I had never been in a hospital bed before. I had never felt so much pain before. And on top of all of that, now I'm seeing my baby just gone. So after that, she was like, you know, we don't know yet. We'll take you back to the room. You know, I couldn't even walk at that point. So they picked me up and took me wherever, to this table, to the chair, to the bed. I meant to the bed. And they wheeled me back into the emergency room, and I was in the room or whatever. They came back and gave me another dose of morphine. By that time, my mom was there, and, you know, me and my mom was crying. My mom was like, it's going to be okay. You know, been there, done that, whatever. Thankfully, I have my mom. God, I don't know what I would do in this world without my mom. Anyway, so my doctor told me that I need 2 weeks off of work to recover and to grieve. Which, if you tell me 2 weeks is not enough, but, you know, I blamed it on so many things. I blamed it on taking a plan B the day afterwards and it failing. I blamed it on my job and having to carry luggage around. I blamed it on the stress. I blamed it on vacationing, flights, planes, boyfriend. I blamed it on everything. Myself, the past, karma, just all different types of stuff. But at the end of the day, my doctor assured me that there was nothing that I could have done to prevent this from happening. At the end of the day, there was just something that was chromosomally, I don't know if I said that right. There was something that was wrong with the fetus, the egg, the baby, and it just couldn't grow and it had to come out. And thankfully, they didn't have to do a D&C, which is where they go inside of your uterus and clean it out because the contents won't come out themselves. Luckily, I am fortunate enough, and pray to God that I'm fortunate enough to where they don't have to do that. That everything just comes out naturally, and then I can just, you know, try again in whatever time. So many people were like, just try again after your period, or when you stop bleeding, try again, or girl, I got pregnant a month afterwards, or this and that. And you know what, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to put myself through the trauma and the traumatic event that I have been through again if I can help it. For two, I'm not married. I never intended to get pregnant this time. I'm not married, so it's not something that my husband is asking for. For three, there was a lot of stuff that came from the dark into light that I found out after I miscarried that I wish I would have known before. Oh, well, no, I don't. No, I don't. But I'm glad they revealed themselves to me afterwards. I was able to just evaluate some things, shall I say, and really just be like, my attitude is bad. My mental state is terrible. My happiness is shot. My heart is empty. My soul feels empty. And I probably have no positivity in me right now. And eventually I probably will. Sorry I'm sitting like this, y'all. I'm drugged up on medication. Yeah, I haven't eaten in like 4 days, so I've already lost all the weight that I gained. Which a couple of you guys probably gonna say something in the comments about that. Yeah, I lost, you know, like 6 or 7 pounds already. I haven't ate. And I don't think I will eat for a while. I can lose the pounds. It's been a long week for me. So if my vlogs are me partying or going out or me cussing people out or me not just being the happiest person in the world, let me tell you something. I apologize now, but I'm not going to be fake. I'm not going to be on my channel. And I don't feel that way. I've never been fake and I'm not going to be fake now. I'm just me. Like, I have a channel that probably is different than from most people's channel. I'm not going to always be looking cute. I'm not going to always be doing what you want me to do. I'm not going to always just be going with the hoorah. I might say some stuff on my vlog that may be politically incorrect, maybe a little biased, maybe a little prejudice or whatever the case may be. I'm just me. A lot of times it's coming from my heart and not from my head. So I'm just saying, I mean, it's just coming from my head and not from my heart. So I might say some stuff where I'm like, Storm, you didn't say that, or that's not really how you feel, or I was just rambling at the moment. But at the end of the day, I'm just me. I'm going to be transparent with you guys. And this is the real deal. This is what I went through. This was something that I've never experienced before, and something that I hope I never have to experience again. I was prepared. I was prepared to be a mom. Whether that was a single mom, whether that was a mom in a relationship, whether that was a mom without a husband, whether that was just whatever. I was prepared to love my baby, to see my baby, to hold my baby, to have my baby, to give my all for my baby. I was prepared to be a mom. I love kids. I love to hold other people's kids. I love to babysit. I love to treat my spouse's siblings as my own children, or my boyfriend's kids as my own children as well, because they are a certain extent of my children, step-parent, stepchild. But I was ready to have my own biological child, so I knew that if shit went south, went left, went right, my child was going to be with me. That somebody was going to call me mommy and me be their mommy. I don't care that it's easier to get pregnant after a miscarriage. I don't want to. I got my hair in braids because it's one less thing I got to take care of and do. I'm not worried about my hair. I've been taking a lot of anger out on the wrong people, the people closest to me, which has caused a lot of friction and problems and anger towards me. But unfortunately, when you're in a bad state of mind, you don't care, you know. I will be partying a lot. I will be laying down a lot. I will be whatever. I don't know. I don't know what else I'm going to be doing, but I know that I'm not okay, you know. Thank you to everyone who has reached out to me and sent me flowers, thank you notes, sorry, condolences, sharing their testimonies with me. I've seen everything. Whether I've replied or not, I've seen everything. Everything is 100% greatly appreciated. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for, you know, telling me you're sorry, telling me it's going to be okay, you know, sending me stuff, sharing your testimonies, whatever, your personal stories and miscarriages and stuff. Thank you all. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I do think I'll get over this. I will, right? Because we're people. We're people, and we're super strong, and God created us to fight and be resilient. So yeah, I will get over this, and when I do, I'll be a stronger person. But right now, I'm in a lot of pain, physically and more emotionally. And all prayers are still being accepted, because I need them still to create some type of strength that I've never dug down and created before. I'll see you guys in my next vlog. Until then.